Welcome to Irrelevant Ignorance, where sometimes our ignorance isn't always relevant. It's the people's journalist, Meech. And this episode, we're going to get into the draft. I got my cousin Kirby with me.
What's up, y'all?
And this is Fans Only, where a fan could be a fan. All right, we're going to first kick it off with the biggest surprise to me of the draft, which was Michael Porter Jr. falling to 14 to the Nuggets. Y'all any plans with that?
I think the Nuggets got the absolute best player in the draft. Like, when you look at it hands down, and people tend to say, well, the back problems, like, that caused him to fall. Joel Embiid had problems as well. Bigs have problems with their feet and stuff. We even seen Greg Oden, which was a bust. But, like, I think if you get in a position and you know this guy is just the best player, you can afford to let him sit out a year. Knicks, Bulls. I would take Michael Porter, who's hands down the best player in the draft. He's a unicorn, transcendent.
That's what surprised me, that he got past so many of those caliber teams. Like you said, the Knicks and the Bulls. Like, I thought for sure he was going to end up with the Bulls if he fell to him. I guess the issues to back what they saw was that scary. But a team like the Knicks, I don't see how they could not take that chance, especially with Porzingis already might sitting out the year. I seen Denver playing. Well, they have plans on if need be, they was going to sit Michael Porter. The Knicks could have did the same thing with Porzingis, sat them both down, come back next year when I have to check their cap situation, but I think they got a way better cap situation. Now they got Michael Porter, Porzingis coming back. They could go sign somebody else.
It look like Ben Simmons and Embiid right there.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't see how they passed that up. Like, just that, I mean, the Bulls, I don't see how we passed that up.
Maybe they was thinking marketed and all of that, but I'm just saying, you're supposed to take the best player available. Mm-hmm. And if you have pieces that look similar, you move them pieces, especially if you see how good, you wait to see how this player is playing. If he's what you expect him to be, you move them other pieces out the way. Like, look.
Well, let's focus on the Nuggets then of this. Like, how do you see the Nuggets with this situation? Like I said, he might have to sit out this year, so they might be without him. They didn't make the playoffs last year, but they was fire from three.
I don't think it hurts them to take Michael Porter. I think they can afford to let him sit a year. Just looking at their team, they were young. They're maturing. They were in the hunt. So now it's like you get another year under the belt. You don't force Michael Porter to play, but if he can play, play him. If he can't play, sit him.
Yeah, I say sit him as long as he needs to feel fully healthy, which I think you agree with. But man, when they come back, Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, Will Barton off the bench, with I forgot his name, their center, but you know who we talking about, and then Paul Millsap, and then you slide Porter in there, who might be the best prospect in this draft at the wing. And we discussed it before we went on, like, in the new NBA, the 2s and the 3s is who win you championships at this point. Like, if you walk it back, outside of, like, the outliers like Steph, you walk it back, there's a consistent pattern of them, or like wings. Dirk or something like that.
Solid wings. You know what I'm saying? Solid wings. Because Kawhi is a solid wing.
Yeah, Kawhi, LeBron.
You know what I'm saying? It's the champions. When you look at the past few champions, they had solid wings for real.
You know, even we don't even have to go back to just champ. Like, let's just take it to the Finals MVPs. Yeah. Durant, LeBron. When the Warriors won, Iguodala, Kawhi.
Yep.
Dirk is the outlier. You start to fall back into the Kobe's, and this is the position that really wins championships. Outside of, like I said, the outliers, and then the outliers are all-time great at something. Yep. Steph, all-time. Well, he didn't even win an MVP, but
all-time great shooter.
Yeah.
But like, still,
that's what it takes.
He's in a hunt to win the MVP for the finals, but it's just that the wings, like you were saying, the wings, the tweener twos, it's like pushing the threes, like, or the big, you know what I'm saying, handle the ball wings that can play the four, they're versatile enough. Like, it's
how tall is Michael Porter? Like
6'10".
6'.
He's about KD's height, Ben Simmons' height. Like, that's nasty. Even Brandon Ingram, you know what I'm saying? These are players that are, like, they're big. They can shoot. They can put the ball on the floor. They can pass a little bit, and even if you can't pass, they can adapt to it.
And number 14, the number 14,
the last pick of the lottery.
See what I'm saying? Hey, they hit a home run, man.
Home run.
Because they was already on the edges of making the playoffs. I feel like when you on that, you need that star and you need to try for a home run. And this
I see star potential all over.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like it's undeniable to me. The shoot fit right into this shooting system. They could really be the next Warrior.
They were saying he's like the best shooter in the draft, like the best pure scorer, like shooting
at 6'10".
At 6'10". How do you pass this up?
We're gonna look back on this draft and see what happened. There was another little instance of something that we gonna look back on later on because they're tied to each other now, which was the Doncic trade and Trae Young.
Yeah.
So we got the trade was they traded Trae Young to the Atlanta Hawks for that number. Well, he was the number 3 pick for next year's first rounder, protected, and Doncic. So I like the trade for both teams. I think it might have been a reach because I don't know if Memphis ever was gonna take Doncic. So I don't know if the trade even necessarily needs to happen. But Trae Young in Atlanta, big time. And then I seen that the general manager or whoever's running the team came from the Warriors or something, so he could try to build a mold around them. They're saying that 2 guard that they drafted could shoot like really good or whatever. He's not Clay, but he's Clay Jr. So I guess they got their Steph Jr. and their Clay Jr. They getting Dennis Schroeder out of there at some point this offseason. So I think it's very bare because, like I said, it's really like one player at the start or 1 or 2 players. But Atlanta could be working with something in like 5, 6, 7 years.
You talking about Atlanta, man?
Yeah.
But Dallas.
Yeah.
I think taking Dennis Smith Jr. last year, that was the first step.
Yeah.
We know Dirk is on his way out. And he's gonna probably help Doncic adjust.
Mentor role.
You know what I'm saying? Just like we know Dirk's starting and everything.
Yeah.
But Doncic, you know what I'm saying? What he brings to the table, versatile. He's one of them. He's probably gonna be in between the wings, somewhere around there. They both off the switch off. He's naturally like a point guard, but he's 6'8". So you can, if you want to, because the ability of Dennis Smith Jr., you can like, you know how Golden State has Steph play off the ball a lot. You can almost do something like that to help Doncic, you know, adjust and be more like the point guard and let Smith be more of a scorer.
Yeah.
I mean, they could work.
It takes the pressure off both young kids. They share in the backcourt.
And then you get Brunson, you know, nice pickup for a backup point guard in the second round.
They're pretty much done at guard now, man. Well, at least point guard for sure.
Yeah.
So they could go from there. I see why they did it now, but I was such a fan of them going after Mo Bamba. Because I felt like the visual of Mo Bamba and Dennis Smith in like 3 or 4 years after they didn't get that NBA body, that's going to be a problem out there. Mo Bamba's so long on defense. I hate he went to the Magic because I just think he's going to disappear now. I don't feel like the Magic make him work hard enough. I don't even know. And you know it's crazy. I want to say Jameer Nelson, but I don't even know. I know he was there recently again, but I don't even know if he's still there.
They got rid of him.
So I don't know their situation, and that's why I felt like that would have just worked out for the Mavericks, like having him learning from Dirk for a couple years or however long, and then trying that line.
I wasn't mad. Like I wouldn't have been mad if they picked him, but I like the Doncic pick. Like, I mean, I can see it working. And they could get a big later. Like, at the end of the day, that pick is protected. So they still got 2 years to get it right if they want to still go on the tanking side.
Yeah. But my favorite part of that deal, like I said, is Trey White. But let's get into a quick recap of just the draft in general. I'm going to toss out some names at you and just see what you're thinking about. Alright, so like I said, I'm about to toss out some names at you from the draft and just see what you're thinking about them. I'm going to start with the Suns boys. Well, what they did to draft in general, DeAndre Ayton, and then trading and getting Bridges. Now, before we even dive into it, I want to talk about how petty the 76ers was.
Man.
Letting this boy celebrate with his mom, doing the press run.
His mama need to quit.
Hey,
Test payroll up, like, get out of there.
Tomorrow's gonna be well, I guess they went back. Well, no, she probably was still on vacation. But whenever she go back in the office,
them books gonna be a little shout.
It's gonna be a little weird, but go ahead. What you think about that?
I think on the Suns standpoint, they had an excellent draft.
Excellent.
Like, you got possibly the two best players at their positions. Top 5 at least. And I feel bad for Bridges' mom. Like, they had, like, me and my girl was watching it, and it's crazy. She's like, oh, that's so cute. They celebrating. And then I had to tell her, like, later, like, man, they traded that boy.
I saw them, like, they somebody else got drafted, and I saw them, like, leaving in the background with the blue hats on, and they looked so disappointed.
I know they was.
But what you think about Aiden? I feel like I was the first to throw out the whole Shaq and Kobe thing.
I can see it. You know me, I'm big Shaq Kobe. I can see it.
It's a totally different Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah, it's totally different.
But
I don't think he's not the ball handler Kobe was. But he still got room to work. But modern day, I can see it. You know,
because I did an episode not too long ago or whatever, and I was saying, like, Peyton is gone pretty much. They seem to be about to let him walk, so I guess they fixed their point guard next year or some other point.
If you're looking like that, you one anyway. You're looking to go Shaq Kobe.
I mean, I don't think you need a dominant one, but a Derek Fisher.
Like a Derek Fisher. You just need somebody that's gonna just be able to shoot.
Because I love their 3 and 4 situation when they go Josh Jackson and Bridges, with them both being able to spread the floor. Jackson not really, but
they can flip flop them however they want to decide. Like,
Jackson's a tremendous defender, and so is Bridges. So they gonna have clamps on the wing. So now they can play that small ball with DeAndre Ayton if he develops.
That's an ugly small ball.
Ugly,
man. Who wants to see that?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they're in the same division as LA, so it's like, man.
Well, they ain't got to worry about that for like 4 or 5 years.
I'm saying, but just to see flashes of it is scary.
Once they get their NBA bodies, man.
Who is they coaching?
They just hired this guy from overseas. Apparently, he's like really creative with his offense. So I'm like super looking forward to see
see this.
Yeah. So I mean, because they let
Watson go. I was like, man, I wish I had this.
Exactly. But jumping off of them real quick, Marvin Bagley goes to the number 2 pick. The Puma boys. Puma got both the number 1 and 2 pick, by the way.
It's alright. I hope it works out for them. That's what I'm just gonna say.
Yeah,
I'm not sold on. I'm not sold on Bagley, but if it works out, it works out.
Yeah, I actually love the pick because I felt like it was the best thing they could have did in that instance. Besides go get Michael Porter or something like that, that was way too high to do that. But I definitely see your concern because Bagley has
plan. I don't know their game plan. Yeah. That's the only thing about Sacramento.
They never have a game.
Cousins is gone. You drafted Willie Cauley-Stein.
Ain't playing out too well.
Yeah, so hopefully DeAnthony Fox is what you think he is. We seen flashes last year, but we'll see how that works out with them together.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they banking their future on. And like you said, it was flashes of Fox. Fox is on that teetering side of, is he really going to be an NBA player? And then Bagley got the body of a person that might struggle for a while in the NBA.
Yeah, because he's kind of tweener, like.
Yeah, he's real frail. And
because where you gonna play him at the 4 or the 5? Because he's not a 5 to me.
He's not a 5 at all.
He's not a 5. He's not. He don't have that bulk to play the 5. But I mean, I guess in today's NBA, you got to be versatile. So we gonna see.
What about Colin Sexton? Went to the Cavs.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. I think he was probably Trae Young shooting wise was probably the best point guard, from that standpoint. But Sexton overall, he needs to get his assist up. He really does. But he's a dog. Yeah, he's. I think he's better than De'Aaron Fox. You know what I'm saying?
I think Sexton. I thought he was the best point guard in the draft.
Yeah, I think defensively he's just a whole other animal. When you could see, you could see that Avery Bradley did a good job of grooming this kid. Yeah.
I think if LeBron leaves, this is a perfect starting point for them. Perfect. If he stays around, I don't even know if he's gonna make it to game 1 on this roster.
He's getting traded probably.
Unless Kemba, and because I think Kemba's coming to the Cavs, so unless he's not enough to get Kemba and they figure out another way to get Kemba and just sit Sexton until LeBron thing is over.
I like Sexton.
I do. I just don't think he works in the LeBron system.
I watched that game when he shut down Trae Young. That's like that boy got heart.
Yeah, real deal. But now let's go over to Dante DiVincenzo with the Bucks, right? Milwaukee Bucks.
You know how I feel, man.
Yeah, that was your boy.
I wanted him to go to LA so bad. But I love Dante.
Yeah.
Dante is real nice. I could see, like, maybe you not, but I could just see him potentially being a steal. Like, as far as
being a steal.
Like maybe even borderline, you know what I'm saying, NBA star. Like,
I don't see him being that.
I'm just saying, I think this kid, he's very versatile. Like, 6'5", can shoot, can handle the rock. He's athletic enough. I like him.
You know who I thought got a steal also? I thought the Spurs got a good one in Lonnie Walker.
Okay, yeah.
We'll see how he pan out, but he got the body of him.
They always draft good late.
Yeah.
They always draft good late. So, and this is probably one of their earliest late picks they ever had in a long time. But still, I mean, they got their guard.
Some more of those.
They needed a guard, and they got their guard.
Yeah. You know? And then also one person I want to talk about because we don't like him at all. It's Grayson Allen. He with the Utah Jazz. I love him there, but I don't like him. I think he's gonna work out.
So he's gonna be 6-man.
Oh, absolutely. He's not gonna start right now.
I'm about to say, like, unless they trying to experiment with Mitchell as the one. I mean,
no. He's definitely not no starter. Now this is some off the bench stuff. I like it. What's the guy that they got already? The one that was messing with Paul George. I can't remember his name, but a combination of Grayson Allen, him, these like anti-Matt Harpering type of players. Like, that's who remind me of Matt Harpering. Like, ooh, that's a name drop. Yeah. But just those type of players, just a Utah Jazz player. Like, if any team was to draft Grayson Allen,
he looked like he's a Utah player.
Absolutely. Any of these guys you want to hit on at all?
I kind of like the Lakers pick.
Who'd they get?
Mo Wagner.
I don't know.
From Michigan. That was the big for Michigan. Stretch 4.
Oh, no, he ain't finna make it. Oh, no. Well, I mean, if he play like Kelly on that, he can.
I think, you know, in today's league, you got to look at getting a stretch 4, and I think he's a pretty good stretch 4.
I think the Warriors might have messed around and stole another one.
Yeah, and that's what I forgot, too. They definitely stole a pick.
They always do.
And they always get somebody. Like, even Jordan Bell last year,
Jordan Bell was
perfect. Great pick.
Yeah. I felt like they should have went wing in this draft, and they absolutely did. Well, 2-guard wing. So,
and I think they said this guy's pretty good at defense as well.
Yeah. And you seen his? He looks.
Yeah, I seen.
He
like,
looks
I was watching his little highlights, and they were saying like they was talking about they probably got to steal out this draft. And I was listening to them because I ain't really watching because I really ain't paying attention to UNC and a lot of the top players.
Well, get ready next year because we got a UNC star next year.
We national champions.
Trying to tell you, man. We coming for Duke. North Carolina's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really good. But that's all for this episode this week. Relevant Ignorance. Appreciate you for stopping by.
From cuz.
You know how it is. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Go follow the Instagrams. There's 2 of them now. You can follow my Instagram if you want, and his if you like.
Check us out.
But Relevant Ignorance, we out. Fans only. Appreciate you.
Peace, y'all.